So as you can maybe see by the trees blowing behind me and maybe a little bit of wind noise in the microphone, the weather's been a little bit adverse since I got this a few days ago to be able to make a bit of an introductory video. So we're going to kind of do all of this out of order. You're probably seeing this video second in line behind this car. But I wanted to capture some of the paintwork flaws that I'm going to go ahead and try and work through on this to bring the appearance out in the paint. Now, me personally, I've always felt that with a luxury car, if you've probably seen it. People, they buy what used to be $100,000 Mercedes S-Class, and it is absolutely beat. There's nothing about it that resembles what a Mercedes-Benz S-Class should be. So you're paying for all of the maintenance associated behind a $100,000 car, but at the same time, you have a car that the paintwork's ruined, the interior's garbage, you've torn out the beautiful, expensive, high-end stereo system that would normally be with the car, and it's just a shell of a car with a logo, an expensive brand's logo on it. I don't think that that's kind of cool. If I couldn't get this thing to look nice and be nice, I would be happy with, a high-end Honda Accord or a Toyota Avalon or high-end Toyota Camry that probably would have cost me less than this, had obviously cheaper things about it that might need to be repaired or replaced, and ticked all the same boxes. It's been a very nice, comfortable car. So my goal here is to bring the paint back to looking as sharp or as close to the way that it rolled off the showroom floor. Obviously, it's an older car with over 100,000 miles on it. It's never going to be perfect, but I want to get what is here as close to that condition as possible. There are some things like scratches on the hood, some nicks in one of the door panels. I'm assuming from somebody either opening a door into it or opening this door into the edge of something. There's scratches on the trunk lid. There's a lot of little detail-y things on this car that if I can clean them out will definitely improve the appearance a lot on it, and I want to go over those with you and more or less show you what I do in this video here. So let's get started. All right, so one of the first things that I'm going to do to try and get rid of some of these blemishes and defects in the paintwork is I'm going to use like a rubbing compound, an actual rubbing compound. This stuff right here, it is Turtle Wax heavy duty rubbing compound. And this is a pretty strong abrasive, but it should kind of, without using sandpaper, get out a lot of these slightly deeper scratches in the hood. So we're going to start with this and try and work. You're going to notice it's going to scratch the paint. I'll show you pictures after I've gotten done applying it. And then we're going to go to a slightly lighter polishing compound to try and smoothen out some of those scratches. So we have quite a few spots on the hood that we're going to do this to. So I'm not really sure how well some of this stuff will show up on camera, but there's like this big scratch here. There's some of these marks here, some of these marks here. I think you can probably see a little better with like the flashlight here. Big scratch in the hood there. We'll see if we can take some of those out with some rubbing compound. I don't know how it appears on camera, but I took some photos of it. As you can see, like this area looks all scratched up now, and this area looks all scratched up. But I do think that some of the scratches, the appearance of those have been reduced. So the next product that I'm going to be using is this, the Turtle Wax polishing compound. This is a little bit of a lighter abrasive. It should get rid of some of these swirl marks now that I've created here in the hood, or at least reduce them, and bring out a bit more of a finer finish in the hood. Because what I'm doing right now is going over this with a clay bar and some instant detailer. This more or less gets the finish prepped. It's going to take a lot of the dirt that might be embedded in the paint out before I go finer with it. Up until now, a lot of the compounds that I've used are pretty abrasive, so I wasn't too worried about dragging some of that dirt and debris across the paint. But now that I'm trying to get into the final stages, getting prepared for wax, I definitely want to make sure that the surface of this hood is extremely clean. So the last thing I'm going to use here is a compound by Meguiar's. I kind of like this product. This product works pretty good. It's just a finish type compound. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use an orbital buffer on it to give me a bit more of a consistent finish and make it easier to apply overall on the hood. So I think compared to where we started, there's a massive difference in the appearance of the hood on this car. The next step and last and final step is to use a wax. This particular wax that I use is to use this here, the Ultimate Liquid Wax. It's this pure synthetic polymer. This is my preferential wax that I use when I wax cars. We're gonna go ahead and put that on here, but as you guys can hopefully see, there's quite a big difference from where we started out. So I'm gonna get started putting this on. All right, there we go. It's been compounded. Some of the scratches have been kind of lightened up on it. It's been polished. There's been a glaze applied to it. And then we did the wax. I think the finish is 100 times better than what it was to begin with. Now I gotta do it to the whole rest of the car. All right, so the following day, I started doing the same thing to the trunk, and it turned out absolutely beautiful. Just like the hood, I got rid of most of the scratches in it. As you can see here, the absolutely beautiful mirror finish on the trunk lid. And then from there, I started working on the front right, or the rear right passenger side door. You saw those nicks in it. I don't know if it was from like a door being hit into the side of it or something like that, but I got it absolutely beautifully clean. Now here, there was like no camera trickery or anything. Yes, I did move the car into the shade a little bit. I was starting to get a bit too warm for what it was that I was doing. I even cleaned the inside of the door handle there. I'll pull the car out in just a brief moment so that way you can see how good it looks in the sun. It turned out amazing. I was absolutely stunned. There you go. That's all those marks in there. It's a little bit of a close-up on all those marks. And then those are the marks inside of the door handle from like fingernail scratches and stuff like that. And then that's all those marks cleaned out of the door handle. I just think, you know, this car cleaned up so well. It's just absolutely beautiful. There's just another we're gonna do a side shot here of that door panel. And there you go, I moved it out to the sun so you can see how clean that is now. All those marks clean out very well. And this is the end result. The car is a little bit dirty just because I had to drive it to this location, but it turned out amazing. That finish on that car is just so brilliant. I love the Lexus paintwork. Let's go ahead and give it a little bit of music here just while you enjoy the beautiful car, but do keep in mind it's a little bit dirty. There's a couple little like dirt spots on the hood and the roof, but it's just gorgeous. Anyways, that is it for the exterior detail of the car. It turned out absolutely phenomenally beautiful. If you like this video and want to see the next one of me detailing the interior of this car, please hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that subscribe button, and as always, leave a comment in the comment section below. Thank you for watching.